Welcome to Enchanted Tarot. This is for the sign of Leo for the month of January 2022. It is a general reading. That being said, it may or may not resonate with you. If it doesn't sound like it's your story, check your other placements. Your messages could be there. Also, although I am reading for January, you could be feeling these energies whenever you view this video. So, just before I begin, I just want to wish everyone once again a very safe and happy holiday. Okay, at the heart of this reading, this is the card. It's your first card out in your reading, first of all. So, and it carries a lot of weight. It is actually what the issue is. Okay. And here it is. Now I want you to look at the picture and see how that blurs. Everything blurs here on his face. Okay. Now, below it says, our partnership created a great deal of stress for me. I had to walk away. So clearly this person was confused. It could have felt like everything was just a blur for them. Nothing seemed to be making sense to them. On that, interestingly enough, we have this King of Wands in the reverse. Now, this king, he can be bitter, can be resentful. This can be about broken promises. Maybe they felt somebody wouldn't keep a promise. It could be... it could very well be that they didn't or weren't, no, how would I say that? They didn't get their way, or they felt like they were losing or would lose something or lost at something. It could have simply been that they were very impatient and things weren't making sense or weren't adding up to them. Yeah, because it could be that this person may have set rules for themselves and would stay within this comfort zone, or what they determined was their comfort zone, and would be afraid to step outside of that, you know. And depending upon these rules, they could have easily lost an opportunity. It feels like it could have been there could have been communication was not understood or was misunderstood, possibly. It feels like this person left, but it's like they were always looking back, or have always been looking back for that clarity. They never really got their clarity, or they never really understood something. Yeah, and that seems to be, it's what I'm picking up here. It's what I'm picking up. So at the root, this is the root down here. This has to do with this person had a vision, and there's an obstacle here. There's an obstacle here in this Six of Swords with regards to them getting to that vision. That vision is that Four of Wands, but on this card, it's just a vision. These people are on the outside and pretending or fantasizing that they're on the inside, or that they are on the other side of this, yeah, this thing. Arbor, I think it is. I'm not sure. But on the other side of that, there's like a celebration, possibly somebody getting married, or some type of an event taking place, you know. I feel like there's a bitterness or a resentment that they can't have that, or they feel like they can't. They feel like it's out of reach. Or that they couldn't get past the obstacle, or they didn't see how to get past the obstacle. There was things where maybe in a blur, maybe things were happening too quick, or they just weren't seeing clearly. This person felt like they lost something possibly, and they don't like to lose. That would have bothered them. They would have carried a chip on their shoulder. This person also cares about what other people think. Now that could play into this somehow. Yeah. And so, King of Cups in the reverse. It could be that this person felt unable to get past an obstacle, felt like this was out of reach, felt like maybe somebody was misleading them, and maybe they just ghosted the other person. There was confusion. Oh, yes, yes. Okay, so, all right, I'm getting more details here. Okay, so this situation ended badly, and this person ended up, they were in a very dark place with that Ten of Swords. There's not even a little sliver of daylight here. Oh, there is a little bit of a lighter sky, but there's no sun. Okay, which there you typically see the sunrise or just the beginning of one on the Ten of Swords in the other decks. But they were very frustrated. You see, they may have felt that you were hiding something behind the armor, or maybe they were being very guarded and they pushed you out because they felt maybe that you were being nice to them to get something back. This is a card of being generous to get something in return, or a relationship of convenience, you know. And so that's information that was hidden from them. That's where the confusion lies, on what your true intentions were. Or I'm saying you, but understand these energies can be vice versa, right? So, yeah, but okay. I keep getting more information from this deck here. I'll come back to this. I'll put it here. And so, with regards to some type of new start, or seeing new growth between you, or being able to move it to a better place, there was a lot of doubts and concerns about what exactly was in that cup. Was there sleight of hand going on here with the Magician? And so this person just backed off, ghosted you, ran. This person's running. They're running away from a cup that's spilt over, and we see the wine on the ground. So it's like heartbreak. Running away from a troubling or very troubling situation, rather than stay and try to fix things or work things out or gain clarity. They ran because to do that, it's like that was outside of their comfort zone, so they didn't feel comfortable there. But here they end up, okay, this offer or whatever they were on the fence about here. Yeah, see, it took a turn for the reverse. It took, yes, it is in the reverse, but it took a turn for the worse. This offer, right? Here, look, Page of Cups, Knight of Cups. Got shipwrecked with that Six of Swords, and this was originally was what they were doing. This is a Six of Swords from a different deck, trying to work through it. That ended up failing. It didn't work. Okay? Yeah. So they felt shipwrecked. Attempts to move this out of this energy failed. And the past and a negative mindset would be keeping them, or have kept them, pinned to that shore, stuck, unhappy, nowhere to run. And so here they are, looking at the consequences, and that would be their situation, their circumstances, and they would be wanting to, or trying to figure out how to change things, how to get out of this energy. They've probably been here for some time. Yeah, see, Temperance in the reverse, they're not healing. And yet, Temperance says that you have all the power to improve the situation. But, maybe the ego with this King in reverse, the ego is blocking this from happening. This is about doing the right thing with justice, the Melaramantam. And that's what he's looking at. So he's thinking, planning, maybe trying to come up with a strategy to change a situation, to make things right. But the problem is he's got this chip on his shoulder, He's got this chip on his shoulder and he's missing information. And he's afraid to step out of his comfort zone. Possibly, in order to do the right thing, he has to step out of his comfort zone. He has to break his own rules, so to speak. And he's uncomfortable doing that. He's fearful of doing that. He imagines the worst, with this Eight of Swords being here. And so he just keeps putting it off for another day. You see the sword and the scales are up there on that wall. He's just staring at it. He wants it and he wants to do it. But it frightens him with the Eight of Swords here. Every time he thinks about it, his head hurts and his heart hurts. Here on this card, you can see it. Help is available, is what this card says, and that's represented by the woman offering the water. But you see his hand. No, I don't need help. I'm fine, right? So, yeah. And so that's kind of where he's sitting. He really loves with this card of the Lady of Love. He knows he loves this person. He knows, he feels like he should do the right thing, and he wants that 10 of coins. But he'll have to get past the ego and past this idea of these rules that he set himself. He will have to break those rules. Yeah, you see, maybe he's thinking, oh well, I'll just sit here and wait. Maybe they'll come to me someday, right? There he is, praying for that, praying for that to happen here in this church, But, or praying for the divine to show them the way, give them, the solution. But, in fact, what this card is actually saying is that if you want change, you must get up and take action and make that change. Help is available. It's right here. See, this person's sitting down. They go sit down in the church in defeat. Feeling defeated, right? And there's help right here, right next to them in the form of that crutch there, but they're not even looking at it. So they have the ability to change this, and that's exactly what this card is saying. Help is available. Help is available. Help is available, but they're not taking it. At least they haven't yet. Because what I see here is a new plan. There's no movement on it, but because that night he's got the idea. He's got the idea. I feel that he just, he's maybe planning out the details, because this night he likes to have a plan and a backup plan and a backup plan for the backup plan. So, he wants to plant that coin. Now he's plowing the field, so he's probably working on the details. Wanting to know the details and trying to figure out how to make that coin grow. Because he wants it to be successful. He wants to go back. We see it here. That's what's in front of him. That's the plan. The plan is to go back and to get to the root of the issue. To make this return. That's the plan. And he is so very tempted to do it. He's got the Lovers here. He just doesn't want to get hurt. The Two of Wands here, it's like an uphill climb. This Two of Wands is a decision. It's about two paths. It can represent the unknown, actually. It's a decision about or for the future. Do I take this chance? Or do I just stay where I am? And there's a restlessness on this card, This card can indicate a decision that is taken of a sudden. This is what they're doing. They're studying it. They're studying the Knight of Shields in reverse. So this is going back to a promise or something that was broken, or okay, I see what it is. It's the Knight of Shields in reverse and the Five of Swords. So in the past they left. So this is about going back to somebody they left, about closing the distance. Because there's regret. It's something that ended badly. There's the Five of Swords. We know it. This is what we're talking about because we had the Ten of Swords back here. The very dark place. And so this is a decision about to go back, to apologize, and I feel to seek answers. And this is what they're studying. It is what they are very focused on. You see, she's very focused on that coin. That is what they are doing. They're trying to get clear, to understand with the Anjura on top of that. So that is the Hanged Man. And you can see they're really, really tempted to do this. So what I have here is somebody who's weighing up the cost with the Anjura of going back and doing this. They're trying to keep their emotions under control. They may be trying not to show how much this is affecting them. So to the outside world, they would appear as though they're fine, but you know, inside this person is just very emotional. It's like they're torn, you know, and there they are studying the relationship, and they're facing a challenge here, you see. And there's still, it's like, it feels like there's like a threat, and but that's because of an open wound. They still carry, they've just covered it up, so they have to go back and get answers. I feel like they're seeking answers for something, for whatever the issue was, or whatever the situation was, or whatever this communication was that that hit a trigger, or that wounded them somehow, that made them run, that made them confused. Yeah, and you see here, it's heavily on their mind. You see that? The coin, the thought, the coin, here it is. Going back. That's what she's thinking of. Going back, regret, I'm sorry, getting answers. Getting answers so that they can understand what happened, and understand where this is going from here, you know. So that's what they're looking at, the Ace of Swords, that conversation. And I feel like there's a restlessness again on this card. I feel like they could just of a sudden appear, of a sudden decide, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going back. There's that decision in the Judgment card, and there is the Page of Cups. I'm going back, and I'm going to apologize, first of all, for having ghosted that person, and then we're going to lay everything out on the table. I need to know the truth. I need to speak the truth. Your messages. Yeah, see, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize for the way that things ended between us. Be inspired to fight for us. Please don't give up now. Please don't give up. I love you. And that's, you know, the Page of Cups, professions of love. Doors are closing and doors are opening. This is what is coming. Divine timing is playing a huge role in this situation, okay? This situation, it's not random. It was meant to be. It has all happened for a reason, and you need to trust the process. I thank you for watching, for liking, and for sharing my videos, and for subscribing. Also, thank you to everyone who has sent in a donation. It is greatly appreciated. Many blessings to all of you.